When you think about the word treasure, what comes to mind? Probably gold, right? Or diamonds? Well, today we're going on a journey to find the real treasures of our planet. And they're way more valuable than anything you could dig up.
So, to guide us, let's follow the story of two kids, Bhumi and Surya. They're on what they think is just a regular vacation to their grandmother's village. Little do they know, this trip is about to open their eyes to the incredible world hidden right in front of them. It all starts when their grandma, their Aji, points to the fresh air, the rich soil, the warm sun, and she calls them the treasures of nature. And that one simple comment kicks off this whole exploration. So let's pause for a second and ask ourselves that same question. When I say nature's treasures, what do you picture? Is it a huge mountain, a beautiful beach, or something else? Well, it turns out there's a name for these treasures: natural resources. And this isn't just some boring textbook definition. These are the things, the actual materials that nature gives us. And without them, well, life just wouldn't exist. They are the foundation for, well, everything. So where do we even begin? Let's start with the two most basic treasures of all, the ones we need, literally every single second of every single day. It's funny. We take air completely for granted. It's invisible, it's everywhere, so we don't really think about it. But just like Aji in our story, who starts every day with deep breathing, we need to remember just how essential it is. I mean, just let that sink in for a second. That really puts it all into perspective, doesn't it? Forget everything else. The air we breathe and the oxygen in it is the most critical thing for our survival, bar none. Okay, so from the air that's all around us, let's talk about something else we see everywhere: water. We call Earth the blue planet for a reason. But here's the question. With all this water, how much of it can we actually use? I mean, just think about your days so far. Water is literally woven into every single part of it. The coffee you drink, the shower you took, the food you'll eat for lunch, it all traces back to water. But here's the catch, and it's a big one. Yeah, 2/3 of the planet is covered in water. Sounds like a lot, right? But more than 97% of that is salt water. To give you an idea, if all the water on Earth could fit into a single bathtub, the fresh water we could actually drink and use would be less than a teaspoon. That's it. Suddenly it seems a lot more precious, doesn't it? All right, so we've got air and water, the essentials for survival. But what about the stuff that powers our world? We're talking about energy, and nature's got some pretty amazing ways of providing it. It all starts with the sun. It is the ultimate battery for planet Earth, right? We can capture its energy with solar panels for sure, but it goes so much deeper than that. Every single plant on this planet uses sunlight to grow. That means pretty much every food chain starts with the sun. And that solar energy leads us directly to our forests. They're not just a bunch of trees standing around. They are living, breathing cities, totally buzzing with life. And for us, they provide wood, food, medicine. They're basically these incredible living warehouses powered by the sun. Now, imagine if you could take all that solar energy and bottle it up, not just for a few decades in a tree, but for millions of years, burying it deep underground. That's our next treasure. And man, it's a heck of a story. Yeah, we're talking about fossil fuels. The name tells you exactly what they are: fuel made from the fossilized remains of ancient life. This is the stuff like coal, oil, and natural gas that has pretty much built the modern world as we know it. And how these things are made is, well, it's just mind-blowing. Picture it like a giant planetary pressure cooker. Ancient plants and tiny organisms die, they get buried under mud and sand, and then over millions and millions of years, all that heat and pressure squishes and cooks them into the super concentrated energy we dig up today. Okay, so we've looked at all these amazing resources: the sun, air, water, forests, fossil fuels. But here's the thing, and this is probably the most important part of our whole conversation today. They are not all the same, not even close. It really boils down to two categories. On one side, you've got your renewable resources, things like the sun, wind, and water. Nature just keeps making more of them. The sun's going to keep shining, right? But on the other side, you've got non-renewable resources. That's our fossil fuels, our minerals. There's a limited supply, and once we use them up, they're gone, for millions of years anyway. This one simple difference changes everything. And once you really get that difference, the difference between what comes back and what doesn't, it kind of changes how you look at everything, right? It leads us to this really powerful conclusion about our place on this planet. Look, this isn't about stopping everything and never using these treasures again. That's not realistic. It's about being smart, it's about being responsible, it's about figuring out how to get what we need today without messing things up for our kids and grandkids. You know, there's a famous quote from Mahatma Gandhi that just nails this idea perfectly. The earth gives us enough for everyone to live well, but it can't support unlimited greed. It's a simple but incredibly profound idea to remember. So, to wrap this all up, I want to leave you with a question to chew on. After looking at all of this, the air, the water, the sun, the fuel, which one of these natural treasures do you think is the most valuable in your own life? And what's one small thing you could do to help protect it? It's something worth thinking about.